Today, a shockwave was sent out across the 9 realms of YouTube, and the aftershocks will be felt for literal years, probably, because Susan Wojcicki, the CEO of YouTube, is stepping down after being the CEO of YouTube for a long time. She was actually the 16th person to join Google, the big company that owns YouTube, and the whole thing was built out of her sister-in-law's garage. Or maybe her garage? I don't remember the story exactly, but it's pretty insane how long she's been with it. And now she's scarpering, she's taken off. And let's be honest, even if you don't know Susan, you've probably heard of a lot of the controversies that have occurred while she was the CEO. For example, the dislike button being taken away, some of the NFT issues. There's been a lot of things that happened in YouTube over the past 16 years that she's been at least somewhat close to the tippity top of the platform. And to be honest, to give her a bit of credit, I think Susan was one of the best CEOs you could have asked for when it comes to a massive tech company based out of California. You expect them to be pretty out of touch with the common YouTuber, the common person. And since she's a billionaire tech CEO, it's not really going to be as in touch with the community as you'd think. But to give her a bit of credit, she was always willing to engage with YouTubers. She was always willing to go on shows. Like, for example, Ludwig did an interview confronting the CEO of YouTube about 10 months ago. She probably knew she was going to quit, so, you know, can't really lose too much there, can you? And she always went to events. She went on interviews with Matthew Patrick from Game Theory. So she'd do a lot of stuff, basically, and she was really active on Twitter. She seemed to be engaged with the community a lot. She actually had her head screwed on at least 40% of the way when it came to understanding what was going on the platform, which is more than you could say for Emmett Shear, who is the CEO of Twitch, who tweets about snowmobiles and cold weather. And maybe we can just scroll a bit. We can find something about Twitch, bad books, GPT AI tweets. There's got to be something on Twitch here somewhere. Don't lash out because you got angry. You get angry to enable yourself to lash out. Okay, you're the CEO of Twitch, right? I mean, you're the CEO of Twitch and working on Twitch. Wow, he doesn't even seem that excited about being CEO of Twitch, so it's better than that at least. But now there's going to be a new CEO of YouTube. And it's been happening a lot recently. CEOs of tech companies have been dropping like flies. You can shoot them in a barrel. They've been scarpering to the winds for some reason lately. Just like the stock price of Tesla, their numbers have been dwindling rapidly. So who is this new person that's going to be CEO of YouTube? Well, we've done a little bit of research, and by we've done a little bit of research, I mean I watched some YouTube videos on it for about 5 minutes, and now I think I know everything. So this is Neil Mohan, who is slated to be the next CEO of YouTube. He's going to be in charge of everything, making all the big decisions, all that. And of course, as per usual, Ludwig has already gotten an interview with him. Truly the golden boy of YouTube, it must be very nice. But Neil, the big boy, he's gonna make some big decisions. Now, we talked about Susan's mistakes in the past. Things like removing the dislike button, about tickling the chin of NFTs, contemplating adding them onto the platform perhaps. Well, surely Neil is coming in with a clean slate and not having any kind of reference towards that. Maybe we'll even reverse some of the bad decisions. Maybe the dislike button will come back. I will admit, when the dislike button was originally removed, it wasn't that big of a deal. I didn't think I cared that much. And I tweeted about how I was like, I don't really care about this. And of course, I had the assassins sent to my house immediately, which is fine because I fended them off. That's okay. But people weren't very happy about the fact that I didn't care about the dislike button being removed. And while I think that sending assassins to my house is a bit of an overreaction, I actually understand now that it does kind of suck not being able to see the dislikes in a video. You go in a tutorial video and you don't know if it's good or not. You have to scroll to the comments where people are like, wow, thanks, great job. And you're like, well, I guess I'll trust this then. And then you waste an hour of your day trying to fix your boiler only to find out that it's a different boiler than the one that you used. And that was an old version of the boiler. And anyway, I think that we should bring the dislike button back because apparently I'm the only person that understands how to install a Chrome extension that just brings the dislike ratings back. I don't know if it's accurate, but it looks like it is. Like, for example, I can already see the dislikes on this. I don't know if it's accurate. I'm not Ludwig. Maybe he knows. But like I said, he should be untainted. This new YouTube CEO may come in and make sweeping changes that improves the platform for everyone. Untainted by the previous issues, like the dislike button and the NFT thing. Well, he was actually the chief product officer, which means he probably had something to do with taking away the dislike button because I don't know. I'm a bit of a slow-brained medium, this idiot. I don't really know that much about how corporate tech structures, but I would say that The product includes the rating system, which, if you're the chief product officer, you may not have been the #1 person behind getting rid of it because there's 70 billion different bosses that every decision has to go through at YouTube and they move 0.2 of a mile per minute. If you're the chief product officer, you probably had a little bit of a say, I think. Maybe I'm wrong. But let's get a better idea of who this Neil chap is. This is a blog post that he wrote about a year ago at the start of 2022, a look at community collaboration and commerce. So that sounds good, doesn't it? Let's just go ahead and, what's down here? Okay, so Web3 opens up opportunities for creators. We believe new technologies like blockchain and NFTs can allow creators to build deeper relationship with their fans, because nothing builds a deep relationship like scamming someone out of all of their money and taking the money and taking all of the money from your fan. Wait a minute, Neil, you wrote this? Oh, bloody hell, Neil, you just got the job and now you were behind the NFT. What have you done, Neil, apart from this? Mohan has been working to make YouTube more immersive, like the metaverse. Well, gang, we may not agree on everything, but I think we can all agree that we don't want YouTube to be more like the metaverse. I mean, if you just take a look at when the metaverse came out, that kind of tanked the stock price a little bit. And if we're just talking about the actual user service on the platform, the last thing we want is Mark Zuckerberg taking over and making it more meta-like. Who wants to have a YouTube video that you can buy as an NFT? Doesn't that sound fun? Doesn't that sound fun? But I'm willing to say that I'm making too many assumptions before the guy even gets into office, even though he wasn't really elected. But he's gonna get in and maybe he'll actually turn over a new leaf. Maybe he'll try and give some good cred to himself by doing some stuff that appeals to the community. Maybe YouTube will be more transparent than ever before. Or it could be a downgrade on Susan, which is what I'm worrying will happen, and there'll be less communication with creators, but who knows? He already agreed to do the interview with Ludwig, so maybe that's a good sign. Maybe he'll do one with MatPat as well, because he seems to have a good idea on his shoulders when it comes to YouTube and understanding how the platform works and understanding how creators work. Or maybe the view count will be removed, and also the likes, and also comments will be removed, and happiness will be removed, and fun. You could harass a creator if you have too much fun, and also you can harass me by subscribing to my second channel, More Patterrz. We're almost at 100,000 subscribers.